Okay, so I thought I'd go ahead and make a little video here. I've been thinking for the past couple of years, I've noticed that these whole idea with buying Chinese knockoff guitars have been kind of like big, should I say, an issue. Well, it's not an issue, but I don't really like people buying these guitars with the Gibson logos on there, or Fender, or whatever it is. And that's really not what this video is about. This video is actually about whether you could get ripped off, or someone telling you that this is a real Gibson and it's not. So I thought we talk a little bit about what you should look for when it comes to Gibson Les Pauls, Explorers, and that type of particular models when it comes to the Gibson guitars. There is actually a few things that you can really recognize if it's a fake guitar or if it's actually a real Gibson. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you first thing that you could look for, that actually I think you don't really need to have a trained eye or something like that, because it's very easy to see and it's very simple to spot a Gibson Les Paul or a Gibson Explorer if it's a real guitar or it's a fake. So let's go ahead and take a look. Right here I have my Gibson Explorer Government series. This is the series number 2 right here. This is a very rare guitar, only made 300 of them. So but anyway, this one is made in the US, Nashville, Tennessee, of course. Well, not of course, but since it's a solid body and it's a Gibson, that's the Nashville factory right there. So something you could actually go ahead and look for to see if this is a American-made Gibson or if it's Asian, well, Korean or Chinese or whatever. As long as it's Asian made. You can see you got the bridge right here, okay? I don't know if you can see this very good here. I'm about to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. You see the posts right here, the little posts that actually sits in the bushings of the body of the guitar. This is what we call a Nashville bridge right here, because these posts are actually the thinner models, and these ones are on all American-made Gibsons. You will always find the small posts. So if you're looking on a Gibson Les Paul or a Gibson Explorer, let me go ahead and show you. I got right here. This is exactly what you will be dealing with. On all Asian knockoff guitars, most likely even the Koreans, Epiphones. Well, I know for sure that the Epiphones uses these ones. These ones are the bigger bridge posts. They are a lot bigger than these smaller posts right here. So if you're dealing with an Epiphone that has a Gibson logo on it, and these posts are on the guitar, it's most likely, well, as I said, an Epiphone, or perhaps a Chinese-made fake Gibson guitar. Because I know that the Chinese factories that make these knockoff guitars, 95% they are going to use these posts right here. Even though there is actually Chinese made guitars that actually starting to using these Nashville bridges and posts now, but still mostly of them are using these posts right here. And one other thing is that they come in various sizes, you know, various colors and all that kind of shit. So you gotta look out for. This is the first thing you can look on here. So if you see a Gibson Les Paul or Gibson Explorer that someone claim that it's a real Gibson, and the price is kind of like a cheap price or something like that, you can always look on these posts right here. If they are flat and if they are tiny as this one right here, you are most likely dealing with a real Gibson. I'm not telling you that you are dealing with a real Gibson, but this is what you can look for. It most likely would be a real Gibson if the posts are the smaller models. Now, there is not only a Nashville bridge that is on these guitars. If the guitar is used, they can actually swapped out the bridge for an ABR1 bridge. The ABR1 bridge will not fit on a Nashville on an American-made Gibson, because the bushings and the posts are not the same. So that's why they make these conversion posts that looks like this. This is a conversion post right here. So this end right here, this is a converter between the Nashville bridge to an ABR1 bridge. That means that this end right here, that's going into converts to a Nashville bushing. So if you are looking on a used guitar, it could actually be the case that this post right here doesn't seem to be the same that I'm showing you right now. So that could be the case that they swapped out the bridge for a ABR1 bridge, and this is a converter right there in between. So that could actually be, you know, a little bit tricky to understand that, but that's the way it is anyway. So let's go ahead and take a look on what it looks like on Epiphone, because it's very simple to see an Asian-made Epiphone that is most likely 100% the same as Chinese-made fake Gibson. And one more thing, you know, the bridge itself only accept the smaller Nashville posts right here. I had a worn out Epiphone Explorer bridge right here, and that's actually, you can see that this is the bigger posts right here. So you can actually see that there is a huge difference in between the holes. This is a small, very tiny hole right there, and this is the bigger Epiphone hole right there. So it's very easy to see. As I mentioned as well, you can see that there is a kind of like a slot there for a screwdriver, and that's kind of like 95% of the cases of all Asian-made Explorers and Les Pauls. They have these bigger posts and with a slot for a screwdriver, and this just happened to fit just perfect in here. So this is pretty much always what a Asian made Les Paul or Explorer will look like. And that's nothing the same as this Nashville American made Gibson Explorer right here. Let's go ahead and take a look on my Epiphone. So this is my Epiphone Explorer Corina right here. This guitar is also starting to get very rare these days. Not very often you come across one of these guitars, and this guitar is pretty much in mint condition. So, however, it's a piece of trash or mint condition, it's the bridge we're going to take a look on here. Because this is an Asian made Epiphone. That means Epiphone, Gibson own Epiphone these days. So that means that it made in Asia, sometimes Korea, but these days I think most Epiphones are made in China. So, and you can see the posts here. You can actually see the posts. We're gonna zoom in a little bit here. You can see the hosts here. Not the host. This is a host. No, the posts. This is exactly the same as I showed you before, because this is an old Explorer bridge right here. Epiphone bridge, I should say. And this is exactly the same hole right there. So when taking a look on the my old Epiphone bridge here and the post, it's exactly the same as what's in my Epiphone right there. So I know for sure all Epiphones have this type of bridge and this type of posts, because they are made in Asia, okay? All have this type of posts here with a slot for a screwdriver. As I said before, an American made Gibson Explorer or Les Paul or similar guitar will never ever have this post right here. Never. So that's something you can watch for in case of getting ripped off or not, because there is a lot of people out there thinking they can sell their fake Gibson Les Paul or Explorer and think that people will not notice about this. But this is the case. I tell you, this is the first thing you're looking for here if someone claim they are selling a real Gibson. If these posts are on the guitar, I'm 99% sure it's a knockoff guitar or perhaps a rebranded Epiphone. With that meaning, it's an Epiphone that they put a Gibson logo on there. So this is a short little video just talking about one thing that you can always see if you can spot a fake Chinese made Gibson. There is a lot of people trying to think they can sell a Chinese made Gibson. Well, it's not a Gibson, a fake Gibson, and thinking that people don't know about this. But first thing, as I said a few times before now in this video, always look on the posts on the bridge. Is there small posts with small posts like this, and the hole in the bridge is a lot smaller than this one right here, then you're dealing with most likely a real Gibson. That's for sure. So this I thought I'd go ahead and make this video because these days there is a lot of fake Chinese Gibsons out there, fake Gibsons. And if you have been saving up money for a number of years or for a long time and thinking you are going to buy your dream guitar perhaps or anything like that, and it seems like you bought a fake knockoff guitar that is not good, I tell you. So this is an easy way for, if you don't know very much about guitars, this is an easy way to see if you're dealing with most likely a 100% real Gibson, or if it's a Epiphone with a Gibson logo on there. You will have the Epiphone bridge, the bigger posts with a slot for a screwdriver in there. The real Gibson bridge, we call it a Nashville bridge. Pretty much the same as the ABR1 bridge, looking almost the same. That means you're dealing with a real Gibson most of the times. So yeah, hope you like this video, and I will try to think of more things to how to spot a fake branded guitar in a short period of time here. But this is the number one here. Look for the posts in the bridge.